Hey everyone, and welcome back to more political chatter. In this video, we will be talking about how ranked choice voting could really change up how the 2024 presidential election could look, but not really 2024, but generally presidential elections. So, first of all, I'm back in the United States. I was in St. Lucia for a week. That is why I couldn't make videos if you didn't see my community posts. But I'm back, and we're going to get on, the traditional video schedule, maybe one a day or one every 2 days, whatever it may be. But there will be more videos. That was just because I was out of the country. I could not make videos at that time. But I just want to clear that first off. But in this video, we will be talking about ranked choice voting, its spreading popularity, and how it could really shake up presidential elections in years to come. So if you didn't see, in this year, Nevada had a ballot measure, ranked choice voting, and open primaries, yes or no. The voters voted yes. Nevada now has ranked choice voting. They become the third state with ranked choice voting. Alaska is another state with ranked choice voting, and almost all of Maine has ranked choice voting, as well as cities like New York, Los Angeles, many more towns and small cities and larger cities across the country. So it is definitely a voting idea that is spreading in popularity. We've seen, the Forward Party, really champion this idea with their growing popularity, and it could really shake up races in years to come. And in this video, it's going to be a scenario just in 2024 because we know who likely the candidates will be, and we're going to see how that could really affect it. But do not get me wrong, not every state will have ranked choice voting in 2024. Obviously, that's impossible. They would have all had to have ballot measures this year. So, obviously, not every state is going to have ranked choice voting in 2024, as I said. That's impossible. But this is just a scenario if they all do. So it's more of like in the future, if every state or almost every state has ranked choice voting, how it could shake up the race. If you don't know ranked choice voting, I'm sure you guys know, but ranked choice voting, you rank candidates 1 through 5, your top 5 choices, you rank them 1 through 5, or you could just rank 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, whatever it may be, and after that, so say, I won't go into it, but basically, it's another way of voting rather than just have 2 parties. And most importantly, and we're going to talk about all about this, it is going to really allow independent candidates to win. I mean, if we're talking about 2016 in Utah when Evan McMullin was running an independent campaign, we had 3 candidates, Trump, Hillary, and Evan McMullin. McMullin would have won, kind of in a landslide too if they had RCB, because all those Democrats would have had Hillary as number 1, and then McMullin as number 2, and Trump maybe wouldn't even be in their top 5. It really allows independent candidates to win, and more agreeable and moderate candidates to win, and that is what is going to be the main basis. So, assuming there's not any strong independent or third party candidate running in this scenario, whatever, I'm sure there will be, in that they could get 10, maybe 20% of the vote. But if we're looking at 2024, let's say the Republican is Trump, okay? And let's say the Democrat is Biden, because that is what is most likely going to happen. And this will extremely benefit Joe Biden a lot, because he is going to be seen as the more agreeable candidate in this race rather than Donald Trump. If we're looking in Alaska, they had a congressional election this year. Remember, they have ranked choice voting statewide. There was an extreme Republican, another Republican, more traditional conservative, and a Democrat. The Democrat, Mary Peltola, was extremely agreeable, while Sarah Palin, the Republican, was very extreme, way out there, and voters rejected her. And then if we're looking on the Senate side, we have an extremely agreeable and moderate Republican Senator, Lisa Murkowski, who won re-election with ranked choice voting. So anyone who says it favors one side is absolutely wrong. And it really shows you that agreeable candidates win with RCV. So it's going to hurt Biden. But let's say it's just, let's go Hogan. Larry Hogan, governor of Maryland. Larry Hogan is going to be seen as the more agreeable candidate. He's a moderate Republican, traditional Republican, and, while Joe Biden might also be a moderate, Hogan is going to be seen as more bipartisan, more agreeable. Hogan would win this election with ranked choice voting, because let's just go through it, and then we'll do the same for Trump. My computer might run a little slow as I have many tabs open. I'm working on a beautiful election night currently. Let's just go through all the save states. We could even do New Mexico and Colorado right now. Guess I should have done this earlier. Whoops. But anyway. So, how are you guys doing? Okay. We could even fill in Iowa and Ohio. I won't go through everything. But if we're looking at this map here, Hogan is going to come out on top because all these independent voters, might vote for all these independent voters are going to rank Hogan as number 1 or maybe number 2 because he is the more agreeable candidate. Biden number 3, whatever they want, or leave Biden out of it. But really, these Democrats, this is what's important. The Democrats are going to rank Biden as number 1 and maybe Hogan as number 2 because he's more agreeable. They want to vote for the Democrat because they are a Democrat. But Hogan isn't some extreme guy. If it was Trump, they would leave him off it. They wouldn't even rank him 1, 2, 3, or 5 on the initial preference, of course. And then on the Republicans, on the other hand, they're going to do Hogan as number 1, and then Biden maybe 3 or 4 or 5 or off the ballot, whatever it may be. So it would favor Hogan because he is the more agreeable candidate. He would win Florida and North Carolina. I forgot to fill in Maine second. And then he would come out on top in traditional Republican states like Arizona, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania. He might have some trouble in Michigan, in Georgia, but I see a Hogan victory in Nevada. But if we're talking about Trump here, and Hogan wins that election, by the way. If we're talking about Trump here with ranked choice voting, Biden is going to be seen as much more of an agreeable candidate. He'll win Nebraska second. He'll win Nevada, Arizona, definitely with ranked choice voting. That would hand the Democrats control in Arizona, essentially. Ranked choice voting in Arizona. That would be the end of the Arizona GOP. For years to come. Wisconsin, Biden would win in. He would win in Michigan. He would win in Pennsylvania. I'm not being dramatic here. With ranked choice voting, he would win in all the states that he won in 2020. That would benefit him so much. If we're talking 2020, back in 2020, when Trump was seen as even more extreme and Biden was seen as even more moderate, North Carolina would go to Biden. Florida would probably go to Biden. Iowa and Ohio would be extremely close. Those would be very, very, very competitive in 2020, but 2020 did not. But 2024, of course, North Carolina and Florida are a bit out of reach, more so North Carolina. But it would definitely help the more agreeable candidate for years to come. If it's a moderate Republican instead of Trump, even DeSantis, it would help him. Then that would definitely favor the Republicans. And we see this in Alaska. Alaska is our example. But if it's Biden versus Trump, or say another extreme Republican is the nominee, say, no really extreme Republican is going to run against Trump. But say it's Mike Lindell. Obviously, that's not going to happen. It'd be a landslide for Biden with ranked choice voting. Without ranked choice voting, he would still win, but it would be a lot closer. And, as I said, we saw that in Alaska. So, thank you all for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for 455 subscribers. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you all next time.